Most of the international students target USA to study abroad, but Italy offers free education. Do you also have the same confusion? Greetings everyone, this is Neela Vishka from Eurodreams, and today we have a very important video. It's going to be a comparison between USA and Italy. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Our first basis of comparison will be tuition cost or tuition fees. So in USA, the English language courses will range between $700 to $2,000 per month. The bachelor's degree or undergraduate programs will be ranging between $20,000 to $40,000 per year. And if you enroll into a community college, the fees will range between $6,000 to $20,000 per year. If we talk about the graduate programs, the fees for the graduate programs might range between $20 to $45 per year, wherein an MBA might be a little bit more costlier because it is comparing to the professional courses. It's a bit costlier, like medicine, chemistry, law, or in design programs or in design courses, etc. Whereas if we talk about the doctoral programs, so doctoral programs will be costing between $28 to $55 per year. But the thing here is that most of the doctoral degrees are 100% funded, either through a research aid, research teaching, bursaries, or assistantships, etc. Now let's talk about the tuition fees in Italy. So definitely there is free education depending on the scholarships that will be offered. As it is said, the Italian government offers free education and zero tuition fees from the international students depending on their financial circumstances. But still there is private universities and public universities, so let's discuss about them. The public universities may charge you around 850 to 1,000 euros per year as tuition fees, and if you talk about the private universities, you might have to pay around 6,000 to 20,000 euros per year. Now, our next basis of comparison is the cost of living. So, we talk about the cost of living of USA. So, the estimated living cost is $10,000 to $18,000 per year. That will average around $1,000 to $2,000 per month. That will include the accommodation, meal, food, travel, etc. So now let's elaborate it a bit. So your book expenses, your study material expenses will be $900 to $2,000 per year. Your accommodation expenses will be $5,000 to $7,500 per year. And if you're living off campus, if you're renting it out, so the rent might be around $300 to $600 depending on the location where you are living. Your meal expense or your food expense will be $2,500 per year. And your shopping expense or your clothes expense will be around $500 if you are living in a cold country, of course. And the personal expense or any miscellaneous expense if we consider, that will be around $2,000 per year. Now let's talk about the cost of living in Italy. So the cost of living in Italy will be around 500 to 1,000 euros per month. Now let's elaborate it because it will include your accommodation, travel, food, meals, etc. everything. So the 150 to 200 euros per month will be on your grocery shopping if you buy it from the local supermarkets, because that will be available at the lowest prices. And around 25 to €45 per month will be your transportation expenses, because public transport is the cheapest way to travel across the city. If we talk about the accommodation cost, that varies, because if a student who is living alone might have to spend 400 to 700 euros per month. A student who is living in a student accommodation might have to spend 250 to 500 euros per month, and similar cost will be for a student who will be having a rental apartment or a sharing apartment, so that might spend 250 to 500 euros per month. Our next basis of comparison between USA and Italy will be the part-time jobs. So the part-time jobs in USA, the scenario of part-time jobs in USA is something like $7 to $9 per hour you can expect from a job, but if it is a more of a skilled position, it might pay you around $10 or more per hour, and you can work around 40 hours per week. You can work more overtime depending on the job as well. And if we talk about the part-time job scenarios in Italy, so the minimum wage there per hour is 7 euros. You can expect more depending on the skilled position, etc. And the student can work up to 20 hours a week. Next basis of comparison between USA and Italy that we're going to talk about is the culture and the language. Definitely America has a mixed culture. You will find American Indians, Hispanics there, you will find African Americans and many more. So it definitely gives enriching environment to the international students who come there to study. And the common language spoken there is English. So it's definitely pretty easy to communicate there. And if we talk about the culture and the language of Italy, so definitely Italy has a very strong history of regional patriotism, and although Italian is the common language spoken there, but you can still find the presence of German, French language speaking in the southern part of Italy more specifically. So the next basis of comparison between USA and Italy is going to be work permit and PR. First, if we take the USA, so the H-1B visa is initially granted for 3 years, and the good thing is that after the postgraduate study, you can again additionally extend it for 3 years. And if we talk about the PR in USA, so you can get the PR if you have a US relative, if you can get a sponsorship letter from a US citizen, or you can get an offer of a permanent job from the employer of US. If we talk about the work permit and PR in Italy, so there are two types of permanent residency permit in Italy. The first one is the temporary residency permit, and the second one is the permanent residency permit. So in order to obtain that permanent residency permit, you have to first get the temporary one. So to get the temporary one should definitely have a stay of at least minimum period of 5 years. Next comparison between USA and Italy is going to be about the average salaries. So the average salaries in US of just a graduate student is going to be about $55,000 to $60,000 per year according to NACE data of 2020. We talk about the job scenarios and average salary scenarios in Italy. So if you have a master's degree, it might get pretty easier for you to look for a job. It increases your chances to land up a job in Italy as well. And if you talk about the average salaries that a graduate student can expect in Italy is $47,000 to $50,000 per year. So that's it for today's video. I hope I covered most of the important points. These were the 5 differences that you might come across with while comparing these two different countries. And if there's any other country you want us to cover or any other topic you want us to cover, then do mention in the comment section down below. And don't forget to like, comment and share this video with your friends, and also subscribe to the channel to receive all the latest updates. Till then, keep transforming your dreams into reality with Hero Dreams.